Hey guys, it's Will with StockMate. Hopefully you're having a great day today. We're going to be going over NVIDIA stock today. For those of you guys that would like to surround yourself with other traders and investors, and you want to get a chance to get in a group where you can also get the digital asset playbook that I just recently launched for free. It's that first link down below. So guys, NVIDIA stock has been trending upwards. We saw it sell off a little bit here after they beat earnings. So they ended up beating earnings and they continued to sell off, even though they doubled their revenue year over year. So they say NVIDIA is overvalued. They say NVIDIA can't be the number one player in chips. But guys, I've been looking at NVIDIA and investing in it since 2021, as I've showed you guys. But here's the thing, they are not right. If you are shorting NVIDIA, you're going to have a very rough time. Again, they are providing for Apple. They're providing for Amazon. They're providing for Tesla and XAI and among others. They are the powerhouse for basically the foundation of what is the innovation of AI. And so let's take a look. So we've looked at the news. The news is they beat their earnings. They have positive growth. However, they sold off down to $130 per share. They've bounced back up to $145, still off from their all-time high of $153. So they might have some more room to run. And I'm going to kind of go through the technicals here. So again, financials look good. News looks good on NVIDIA. Let's take a look. So we have this rising support. Here's the support at 100. We go up to 115. And we could see a little of a break in pattern if I stay true right there. But I'm going to actually deviate a little bit here. I'm going to go there. Okay. So you might say, well, that's not a perfect draw. I'm just kind of, the point of this is to show you its overall direction. Okay. And of course, you can look at the moving average and see that it's holding above that moving average, and we can go over that. Now we got the resistance. So here's a high. We got a higher high coming up all the way. It's kind of hard to even like keep going because of how bullish NVIDIA has been the past year. Okay. Now technicals are showing that we were at a good buy point back here, and I actually ended up buying NVDX, so 2x. What we see is it's starting to recover, and an all-time high seems inevitable. But what we could see here is a retest down to kind of this support right here. Okay, so retest down to this rising support, maybe down to 140, and then continue up to its all-time high. That's what I believe will happen. The reason I say that is because we saw it drop significantly. We saw it push up, but we didn't really see a true retest like we normally do. Like for example, right here when we had the uptrend happening, it pushed up, and you might say, oh, it's going to keep going up, but it retested. It almost always does that. Even right here, you can see it retested down right there. So it's quite common for the retest to take place. I think it's going to retest. I don't think it's just going to shoot straight up here. I think it's actually could be a little bearish over the next day or so. And unless we have it, this was the retest right here, which is possible. What we could look at on technicals as far as Fibonacci, and this is one I've been really using on the tech stocks. When we go up from top here of the top and we see it go down to the previous low right here, and we bring it to the low and then we drag it up to where we could see it going. So we're saying previous all-time high and some change, which would be right there. I could see it continuing this upward direction. They're saying that, the Fibonacci has these levels, and one of the best levels to buy is in the golden ratio here. The other two levels up here are if things are going very well, okay, then you're here. If things go perfectly, you're up in the very top level. With NVIDIA, it's such a predictable cash cow in the AI space that I actually do believe it will continue up. So that's one way to play it, and you can just buy it and then wait until it gets there, and it most likely will. But on someone, I trade the NVDX over here that goes up 2x, so I'm a little more tactical in some of the swings on NVIDIA. And if I'm wrong, well, I can hold it and it will eventually recover. But if I'm right, I get to catch a swing and I get to sell and then buy back lower. And that's how I play it. Now, right here, you can see it would have to pull back here into this 140, 142 range for it to be in that golden ratio buy. That's kind of that, actually, this is what I was talking about. This is where I would see it pull back to. So I think it's going to pull back to 142. And of course, I'm wrong all the time. So it could not be true. But what I'm doing is I'm holding. I bought back here after earnings, after the sell-off earnings. It was around 138 in my Schwab account. So I'll be holding, which I have to transfer over here to Robinhood for sure. Very soon I'd like to do that. It's just hard because you don't want to move money when the assets are moving, you know, it's like holding cash. Anyway, this right here is what I'm going to do. I'm going to be holding. I believe there won't be a sell point, possibly a sell point up here around 160, which over on NVDX would be about $22 a share. But yeah, we had mapped out NVDX as well as being at a support and that we see it bounce. That was last week and it did bounce. And so that's what I'm doing. I know we had some stock mates in our community that said they traded NVIDIA this past week after the sell-off. You know, it's just simply put, they crushed their earnings, but they sold off tremendously on their stock. And so usually when that happens, you're going to have a good buying opportunity. Okay. It's just like Solana today. I just got a notification. Solana was up like 10% or something like that since that previous low. Okay. So I know some stock mates took advantage of it. Guys, if you're wondering and you're like, I don't know if I want to buy NVIDIA. I don't know if I want to buy Palantir. What about Super Microcomputer, Will, or Rocket Lab? You covered those in the past few days as well. I would say if you're that unsure and none of them are clicking for you, you know, buy an index fund and hold it. Like, that's what I would say. If you are looking at one of them and you're saying, hey, I identify the risk here. If it pulls back a little bit and I get in, I could have less of a downside and I'm buying a company that's growing and I like that, and I could see maybe even buying a 2x and making, you know, 5, 10, 15% in the trade, and you're looking at it that way, all power to you. You know, whatever it is that you do, just know, you know, one of the best ways to be able, one of the things that's led to some of my success at least has been able going from cash to assets. So if you're able to find assets, whether it's these tech companies, these AI companies that we cover on the channel, or you're able to, maybe it's crypto, maybe it's real estate, maybe it's index funds. Personally, I find that AI and tech solely have the greatest return. Right now, I'm seeing that AI, tech, and crypto have the greatest return as far as turning cash into assets and what that looks like on, you know, 1 year, 3 year basis. And so that's why we cover on the channel. And again, all power to you, whatever it is that works for you. You know, maybe it's not flipping stocks and buying low, selling high, or what have you. Maybe it's actually buying, you know, a car and flipping it for more than what it's worth. You know, there's so many different avenues that you could take. And, you know, I encourage you guys on the channel to share them down below. What it is that you're doing? Hopefully it's been helpful. You know, just a friendly reminder, we have the StockMate daily live trading at market open tomorrow. So I would love to have you guys there. It's something we do every morning at market open, and we trade these tech and AI stocks. I would love to be a part of your success. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care.